Good evening. Tonight we are going to discuss jewelry and accessories you might wear or you might see others wear if they are pagan, Wiccan, or a witch. We're going to talk about some of them so you can decide if you might want to explore some of these options for your own. Special jewelry is often worn by pagans around the world, even those who work skyclad. Many like to wear silver bracelets. In some circles, women wear silver necklaces and men wear silver torques, or women wear silver and men wear gold. A lot of times, a high priestess will wear a crescent crown, and a high priest will opt for a horned headpiece. All these are personal decisions. Sometimes they are dictated by the group or tradition you are joining. But if you are practicing your own tradition, if you are solitary, you can pick and choose as suits you. Many pagans, Wiccans, and witches will wear a pentagram of some sort. This might be a pendant, a ring, or even earrings. Often this pentagram is charged with protective energy and is worn all of the time, or sometimes only during ritual work. That's typically when I wear mine. Jewelry pieces featuring crystals and gems are very popular as they channel the qualities of the particular stone used. Mine has a piece of quartz in the center. But if you don't like gemstones or you don't buy into the gemstone thing, you don't need to use gemstones at all. You don't need to wear a pentagram at all. Wedding rings are usually worn inside circles, so you'll often see people. Now, I am not currently married, but I used to be. But when I was married, I did wear my wedding ring inside circle while I practiced magic because they are considered sacred and blessed. So typically, if you are wearing a wedding ring, you would not remove it unless you chose to. Again, these are not hard and fast rules, but you do not have to remove your wedding ring. You don't have to. You can if you choose. But since they're considered sacred and blessed anyway, because they are the representation of a sacred union, you certainly do not have to. All jewelry worn during magical practices should really have some type of magical significance to you. In most cases, things like watches and random jewelry would be removed before practicing magic as they don't hold a magical significance. Many practitioners also wear a cord. I know this isn't specifically jewelry, but we did say accessories. So many practitioners will wear a cord around their waist. In many groups, this is given to you at your initiation, and it might change color depending on what degree you are. But if you are solitary, you can make or buy your own cord. You do not necessarily have to abide by a specific color. A simple white cord is usually the best choice, especially at first if you are looking for a cord, mostly because a simple white cord doesn't clash with anything, and it allows you to be creative in dyeing it or decorating it if you so choose. Suitable cord can usually be found at fabric stores or even hardware stores these days, so take a look at what might be in your area. Make sure it's long enough to be effective. Traditionally, it would have been 9 feet long, but it doesn't matter that much. If you're not following a tradition that specifies the length of a cord, whatever length keeps your robe closed. Cords sometimes have very particular purposes in Wiccan and Pagan circles. They might donate rank, they might donate level of training, but for most of us, I think they pretty much serve to keep our robes closed. So if you do need a cord to keep your robe closed, pick what works best for you. If you are of a specific tradition, you might have a cord that was given to you upon your initiation, so just use that. But again, if you're solitary, head down to the fabric store, find a piece of cord that you find attractive, and use that. Ta-da, you have a cord. Now, when it comes to footwear, I personally prefer to go barefoot. I like to wear nothing on my feet. In fact, I have nothing on my feet right now. My feet are in the grass. I prefer to go barefoot when possible. This helps keep me grounded, and I just like the connection with nature. But this isn't always an option. As I've mentioned before, we live where it gets incredibly cold in the winter. So because it is so cold in the winter, We can't go barefoot in December, January, February, even November, even October. We have to wear shoes from usually October all the way through to the end of April. It's cold. So in that case, and depending on the surface, you might not even like going barefoot, but in the case that barefoot is not an option for you for whatever reason, even if you just don't like it, you want something comfortable and practical. Maybe slippers if you're indoors. Maybe you like sandals if it's summer. If there's snow on the ground, you're probably going to wear boots. We spend half our year wearing boots because there's plenty of snow on the ground and our feet get cold. So wear what works for your climate, wear what's comfortable for you. You should be comfortable wearing what you're wearing, right? Whatever you pick, you should be comfortable. Now, having an attractive and dramatic appearance, at least to ourselves, can help increase our confidence when we're working magic, especially during those crucial first steps. So that increase in confidence, no matter how slight, also increases the quality and power of your magical workings. So if dressing up fancy and putting on all the jewelry and the cords and the stoles, which I'll get to in a second, works for you, then you should probably do it. All right, there's a fly. We have entered bug season. So, I just mentioned stoles. Stoles are not super common in witchcraft, Wicca, or paganism, but they do exist, so I just wanted to talk about them for a moment. A stole is a narrow band of fabric that is worn around the neck, and sometimes it is indicative of a rank, and it's not very many traditions use these. I think I'm only aware of 3. There are probably more. I don't pretend to be aware of every tradition that has ever existed when it comes to Wicca and paganism, but I'm personally only aware of 3. But they still do exist. Now, the stole is a modern version of a Celtic torque, or at least that's the idea it's based on. The torque represented initiation, death, and rebirth, so the stole would have much the same meaning. The stole is considered sacred for those that use them, and they're only worn during magical practice or worship. They are not worn all of the time, and they would look a little silly to walk down the street wearing a stole, though often they look very much like a scarf. So I suppose you could use them in that way. There are a lot of different colors you might see in people who have stoles. If you're hoping to make your own, and because you like the look, you like the way it feels, start with the white one. Again, easy to decorate, easy to replace. So if you are going to make a stole, make a white one. But essentially, you can use anything to enhance your appearance during your magical work. You can use jewelry and fancy footwear and fancy dress and stoles and cords and bracelets and all kinds of neat things. It doesn't change your intention, but it might make you feel more confident, at least in the beginning. And if it increases your confidence and you like the way it feels and you like the way it looks, don't let anyone tell you that you can't wear what you enjoy wearing, even if they think it's trite. It's okay if they think it's trite. All right? Now, I will admit that I used to fully embrace all of the jewelry and the dangling earrings, and in my younger years, I am obviously not so young now. And in my younger years, it helped. It does. In your younger years, when you are newer to the craft, it can help you focus. It can make you feel witchy. It can make you feel special. After a while, you may find you don't need that anymore, or you might want to keep with it. That's entirely up to you. It doesn't matter that much. What you wear on your feet and the cord around your waist and the jewelry around your neck, that doesn't matter unless it matters to you. All right? So choose the jewelry you would like to choose. Don't let someone tell you this is what you need. You have to go out and spend money on this pendant and these earrings and this cord and this robe. Your look should reflect you. You should like the way it feels. You should like the way it looks. So spend some time experimenting and decide if a special look is even for you. A lot of times I've been known to practice in my pajama pants and barefoot on the lawn. It works. And if it works, then it's right for you. That's about it for us here tonight. Blessed be.